my piece go off. That shit release me. I walk the graveyard at night. The peace ease me. When people say my mind ain't right, I tell them teach me. Cause bitch wrong got me this far. Shit wrong feed me. What bitch you don't believe?
Alright, what up though? Today we talking about Benjamin Thomas Atkins. He was a confessed serial killer born in Detroit, Michigan, August 26, 1968. Now dig this here. They labeled the boy the Highland Park Strangler and or the Woodward Corridor Killer, whichever one I guess suits him best. He was born into poverty, the youngest of two boys, both his parents being alcoholics and drug addicts. After Benjamin's birth, his father would leave the family. And in 1970, Benjamin's mother, she would abandon him as well, leaving him in an orphanage, where he'd spend the majority of his childhood and youth. Now, while at this said orphanage, Benjamin was physically assaulted and continuously subjected to sexual harassment by other boys, and even raped by one of the employees. Eventually, he would escape and reunite with his mother and his brother, but not before realizing his mother was a sex worker, due to he and his brother seeing her service clients at their home as an occupation. So upset with his mother's actions, he left his home and began living on the streets and developed a drug addiction of his own. He lacked education, so that forced him into low-level jobs for low wages, spending the majority of his nights at homeless shelters. He spent his free time in places inhabited with pimps and prostitutes. Most of his acquaintances are very fond of him, but at the same time, they say when he's drunk or on drugs, Atkins displayed signs of antisocial personalities or displayed misogynistic behavior, but he was never arrested for any serious crimes. As victims, Atkins chose young, middle-aged, destitute women, often drug addicts and sex workers. Atkins would lure them to abandoned buildings or houses where he sexually assault them and sodomize them. After strangling his victims, he would leave the bodies at the crime scenes, with some going undiscovered for months on end. Now, it's said that during a time period of what is believed to be 9 months, between December of 1991 and August of 1992, Benjamin Thomas Atkins raped, tortured, and murdered 11 women between Highland Park and Detroit, Michigan. The Highland Park Strangler was arrested on rape charges August 21st, 1992, just 5 days before his birthday, after being identified on the east side of Detroit by a 34-year-old who had been sodomized and raped by him in October of 1991. While being questioned, Atkins denied any involvement in the crimes, claiming that he was a homosexual that had no interest in women. But after 12 hours of investigation, Atkins admitted to the murders of 11 women. Now, during the investigation, Atkins revealed his motives for the murders was his misogynistic views against women engaging in prostitution, due in part to his mother's own involvement in the sex trade. But since there was no physical evidence found at any of the crime scenes, Atkins was charged solely based on witness testimony and on his own confessions. Now, in April of 1994, after 4 months of trial and 3 days of deliberation, the jury found Benjamin Thomas Atkins guilty of 11 counts of first-degree murder and 11 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct and sentenced him to life in prison. But after his conviction, due to an illness he had, Benjamin Atkins was transferred to Dwayne Waters Hospital, where he died on September 17, 1997, from AIDS-related illnesses.